Hey guys, Rachel Grabenhofer here with Cosmetics and Toiletries. It's been a while since I did one of these for you. So this is a little bit longer, but I wanted to show you what we've been up to. There's a lot of news, of course, around in cosmetics. So we've been talking about product launches. There's also been a lot of news from a regulatory standpoint and tariffs. But then I've got some trends as well. So I've got kind of a consumer pulse mixed in with the this weekend C&T kind of report for you. So to kick things off, let's see here. What do I have listed first? I've got an interesting ingredient launch that is combining gamification with skincare collection. This is from IFF. What they did is they created different backgrounds in this video game, and you match up a different product with each. So the goal, I guess, is to collect them in these different game scenarios. But I thought that was sort of a different way to position a skincare line to kind of make it more interactive. They sort of described it as being consumers driven by escapism and kind of in finding new realities. I thought that was interesting. This ingredient from Probital is kind of new. Well, it is new, but I believe it's based on their tribliome technology, if I'm saying that right. I'm trying to find the name of it here. I don't see it right off the bat. But anyways, it harnesses the endophytes that are within plants that kind of help give it protection and repair capabilities, and so they're using that for skin. And this is focused more specifically on mature skin and acne together. So that's a little bit of a different positioning that I thought was interesting. Next up, I've got a piece from Chemi Union. They did an upcycled ingredient, so focus on sustainability still. This is, though, targeting the skin wrinkles on the neck and the décolleté and the sagging. And so that is a new piece. They kind of show how they provide different skin and health benefits here, too. So that was a new ingredient as well. Collapeptyl from Ashland. This is kind of related to the big trend we're seeing in peptides and collagen, and really how the key has been to try and design a peptide or collagen that matches human collagen so that it can actually impart true benefits. So that's a definite trend that we've seen actually in recent years. I mean, peptides have been around forever, but there's just kind of real big focus on trying to make it more human-like so it's more effective. This is another focus on sustainability, responsible beauty. Senesco is doing, they actually have an interesting hair product. It's, I believe, a shampoo. No, sorry. It's a conditioner, but it's to restore hair health, and it's based on fenugreek, which has some traditional medicine type properties. So I thought that was kind of interesting, harnessing that older technology or ancient technology, I guess. And then this is an interesting ingredient that's focused on sensitive skin and, protecting it against the exposome and all the different assaults from exposure of UV and pollution and cigarette smoke. So that is another launch that's coming out. Moving along to the consumer pulse trends side of things, I did a search on beauty, I think it was, within the past 90 days worldwide. I did 90 days because I haven't done one of these in a while for you. But what came up toward the top, Breakout is listed, the Ulta Beauty 21 Days of Beauty. So they're running a big sale. So I didn't dig too much into that because that seems obvious why consumers are, there's interest growing in that term or that group of terms for searching. Point of View Beauty, this was kind of a different one. I had to dig into this a little bit because I wasn't sure what it was. Let's see. Point of View Beauty. So this news item I found from Morningstar talks about this social media influencer, Michaela Noguera, who is launching a new line, but her idea is to simplify product lines. She has a list here of the main types she's launching. Drench it, drip it, whip it, glaze it, amp it. We can dig into what that is a little bit more, but I just thought that was sort of an interesting up-and-coming brand worth talking about. And then also on Google Trends, let's see, go back here. This Take a Lot House of Beauty is up more than 4,250% in the searches. So I dug a little bit more into that. And this is a big trade show, I believe, in South Africa, where you can kind of go and check out brands and check out influencers, and they sold out all these tickets really quickly. So that didn't have a lot to do with the technology of beauty, but a big thing happening in beauty. So. And then, of course, something that we reported about this week is the U.S. trade tariffs that are going into effect on certain regions. The 10% flat rate goes to the UK in this list of companies here. but they're getting off, you could say, kind of easy compared to some of the other regions that are getting hit harder. But we looked into, the impacts on beauty. I kind of just stole some information from Vogue that talked about what the potential risks and impacts could be. But then the CTPA in the UK and also the PCPC in the US released their statements on, how they're working to try and come up with the best way to improve trade relations and to keep the businesses flowing. So I thought that is sort of worth highlighting. And then last but not least, I know this is getting long, but our latest issue is out April 2025, talking a lot about color and different product formats and the challenges that come with formatting those kind of products. I thought it was interesting, this refillable bulk cosmetics, a group looked into the potential microbial risks of that. Kind of obvious, but it was good to have some actual data. And then a technical theory in terms of the actual properties of polyols and how you could take those properties to more creatively and more smartly, I guess, improve makeup remover design. So not necessarily just color, but color removal. Then there was this silicone adhesive formulas for different delivery patches and formulations that go with that. So that is it for this week. Thanks for joining me. I'll try to keep up on these a little bit better. I hope this was a little bit insightful and informative, and hopefully I'll see you in cosmetics next week. Thanks for joining me.